Testing 1 2 3. Let's see what we got here. 6 o'clock, top of the hour. We have looks like two things that are getting some volume. Look at them real quick. Okay. All right, let's jump into it. Good morning. Good morning. Another day. We are out here. Today I'm seeing two that are up with volume. One was definitely, I know, was moving yesterday. LVWR. It does not have any catalysts. Didn't have any yesterday. It was just moving up. And then I see BROG that had catalysts on yesterday. It's up 83%. It has a float. And let me jump over here so y'all can see this. So right now, LVWR is up 25%, and then we have BROG that had news yesterday. So let's see what BROG is talking about. Pretty high relative volume too. Okay, so what were they talking about yesterday? Bruges Energy Limited announces proposed sale of it's like some kind of drug. Yeah. So click into that. Bruges Energy Limited, a Cayman Islands-based infrastructure provider which is engaged in clean petroleum products and biofuels and crude oil storage and related services, today announced entering into a conditional sale and purchase agreement for the proposed sale of 100% of the total share capital of each of Bruges Petroleum and Gas Investments Company. Okay, so let me go look at this on the chart here. What does the chart look like today? Is it just a big gap up or what? Bruges. They had a high up here of 768. ATR high down there at 342. It's coming on down. We'll see what happens there. Maybe some type of continuation. Yesterday was really hot. SBET, DGLY, MVTS. All of those were just absolutely booming. So let's go to SBET and see where it is this morning. SBET, let's see. So it had a run up from down here when we were looking at it in pre-market at 20 bucks all the way up to 50 bucks. Fell back down here during the latter part of the day after lunch, looks like, and then bounced back up here to 42, and now is back down to around 31. So it's at the ATR low right now. I'm pretty sure if anybody's going to be shorting that, they would like to see it break down this range of 30. It does not have a significant amount of volume right now, only 100,000 shares right now. I'm not seeing much in the low floats either. So actually, I'm not seeing anything right now. I'm only seeing things that are a little bit higher float. but they're sucking up that volume. So we'll keep an eye on some of these for continuation, maybe BROG or something like that. We'll see. The other one was DGLY. That was a low float. Did not get a huge amount of volume, but definitely made a move yesterday. So started down here at about 271, ripped up here to 360s, back down to around 310s, back up to 384s, and then walked this way on up into aftermarket around $4 something. NVST or NVTS was another one that was a grinder upwards. It was up like 40%. So it started down here below the ATR high, broke out of pre-market highs at 477 and really never looked back. Now these are 15-minute charts. Let me go 5. Okay. There was a slight pullback down here around $5 and then an explosion up to 7. Okay. But for right now, I'm just going to focus on what's on the scans, what's getting volume right now. And BROG is one of those that's getting volume. I don't know if it's going to end up doing anything. It has a float of 15.75 million. It has shares outstanding of 109 million. Relative volume right now is 57 times its norm. So that's the one that I'm going to be keeping an eye on for right now. Let's go look into it a little bit more though. Actually, I can do this over here. Okay, so company, industry, market cap. This is an overview. Okay. It looks like it something. What is this box? Why box shares are trading higher? But that's not really the news for today. Hmm. Kind of have to see if that's going to be the leader on today. It's now 72% right now, or it's now from 80 where we just saw it to 72%. Key data: shares outstanding, shares float 15.75 million. Short float is definitely lighter. Definitely lighter on the short float side. Revenue, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. What is up with the scanner? Let me restart this. Okay. Let's see what that one wants to do. It's got a little bit of work to do there. What's ATR on it? ATR is 50 cents on it right now. Okay. Nothing really confirmed on this one as of yet. Looking for anyone to, if you all are seeing anything else other than these, if you're seeing something else that just hasn't popped on the scans, definitely throw it in the chat. Take a look at it. But for now, just waiting patiently for something new to pop on. So I had a previous bottom tested right here at the 450. That was a low of this pre-market. But no other real test from down here. And we got two lower highs in here at the, what is this, 245? I don't know if I can even count that. And then right here, 6 o'clock went up and then came down. So we'll see if we can make some lower highs or if it's going to start holding some type of trend. Might be choppy though. Let's also go over here to our NQ. See where it's sitting. So it was down, but now it is ripped back above ATR highs from 21,400s all the way up here to 21,500s. this previous level up here of the 21,537. We saw it test that. When was that? That was a while back, but it's almost back up to it and back up through it. We know that there was a some more pauses on the tariffs and all of that stuff, so that kind of moved the market up here. We'll see how that ends up going. Let's actually jump over to Yahoo to see what's on the face. So trade truces are clearly bullish, but have a crucial flaw. One-off deals, postponements, and agreements to talk further mask a key issue. They can't scale. Okay. Tariffs latest, nation's race to cut deals with Trump. U.S. banks tiptoe toward crypto, await regulatory clarity. Let's go look at crypto actually. Let's go pull that up. What is Bitcoin doing right now? This morning, let's see, market movement, JP Morgan. Okay, let's do that. Six. Whole lot of news here. Well, that's not what I wanted. That cut off almost everything. GS Finance Corp, Chronic Care Management, Notice of Exempt Office offering. Oh, I said I was gonna look at trading view here. All right, so trading view, we can see that Bitcoin just continues to levitate around this level. Not really like a strong explosive breakout, just kind of pitter pattering around here. Nothing crazy. But I don't know, soon it'll be like, you know, at first it was like, oh man, this thing will never get over 1,000, and now it's up to 108. And soon it'll be, man, this thing will never get back under 100,000, you know. Go back over here to the main. What is happening on our frog side? Okay, so it's kind of just consolidating in here around 550. 7 million shares traded. Had a aftermarket high up here of 750. Came up and really traded within this range between 650 and 546. Then during pre-market, you got to drop down out of this range down here to 450. And it's trying to have some type of uptrend. I don't know. We'll see. Has a low float. Has a relative volume of 89 times its norm. Does not have a catalyst on today. Had a catalyst on yesterday after market. Yeah. Man. NQ coming on back down. Let's jump over there. See that. NQ is just barely green on today. It's not like crazy green. It's just a little green. Holding up this ATR high. Hit a high up of 21,524. Just coming down here and chilling out. Wednesday, hump day. Sometimes the movement on Wednesdays is a little bit slower. Let's see what the FMOC is talking about today as well. Today is the 28th, almost the end of the month. Okay, so 28th, we don't have any speakers here. FOMC minutes meeting. Okay, so they're going to be reviewing the meeting of May 6th through 7th. Then tomorrow we have a speech by Kugler, which probably won't affect us too much. And then Friday the 30th will be the last trading day of this month. I got a little gap here, maybe like a little 3-cent spread here. Not keeping it super tight, but it is moving slower. I'm expecting something to pop up other than this, maybe. But I'd love to see this thing fail out under 5. I wonder will it need to retest this range up here of this $6 though? That's my question. $15. Let's jump over here to the 15-minute on it. You can kind of get a clear picture of what's going on. So we can see, yeah, it's been a chop factory back here. Big move up from 473 up here to 591. Took out about half of that exploding candle there. And 546. Looking like some type of resistance at this point. Almost got 8 million shares traded on it. Let's see. Yeah, SBET was definitely moving. I saw it early, but man, that thing, man, from $20 during pre-market all the way up to 50. Who would have thunk it? But it popped up on the scans, you know. It's like, well, it is what it is. And sometimes it's like that. It's the end of the month, and I don't expect anything. Well, usually during the end of the month, there's like one or two that do that. But there was a lot of motion yesterday. And so, you know, my expectations are kind of like, well, that already happened. So we'll see what happens in these last 2 days for today. But it's one of those things like, yeah, that was one of those once in the month opportunities where you get something that's actually can give you the range, give you everything that you want. It's not super cheap where people can just stop the motion. And that one, man, that was a violent move on SBET. Oops, SBET. Very violent move for sure. Anybody that was got caught up in this thing kind of short during this area of the 30s, boy, did they get their account blown. Got their account straight up blown. But it is what it is. New day, new opportunities. Just kind of got to identify them. But I'm waiting for something to come and knock BROG off of its little volume tear. I almost got 10 million shares traded, and I haven't seen any low floats floats under 10 million on this morning that are keeping up with it in volume, that are over, you know, two bucks. This one's pulling down off of that 550 level. It's got room all the way down here to what looks like could be some type of trend, but not sure. Want to see what kind of action happens down here. If it just breaks down, slices through 465 like butter, then we know there's quite a bit of weakness. Point of control at 536 on this 15-minute. 5. Let's see if we can get those levels. So we got 15-minute levels. What does it look like on the 5 though? $5.90 right at $6. One minute. Right down here around the bottoms of 520s. LVR has beat out BROG in volume. Live wire didn't have any catalyst on yesterday. Doesn't have catalyst on the day, but still getting more volume than BROG. 8 crossed over 8 million, going towards 9. So waiting for something to come and outdo both of these. Livewire had a high, went from $2.30 up here to $4.58. ATR high there at 280s, around 280s. So 43%. Float is 19.83. And then the float on BROG was 15.75. These are the two we're seeing here. Not great options, but they're doing stuff. Can we identify some type of trend during the pre-market? Actually, I should probably start on the 15. See what 15 is looking like. 15 had a high up here of 437. Oops. 437. Had another something right there around the 4. Had some checkpoints down here, 292 and then 307. But on the 15, I'm just marking up these very visible levels here. 15 minutes. Okay, reaching on up there, getting a little tap tap. No catalyst on this one though. So this one's going to be the one leading the day. I don't know if it's going to be able to hold that into the whoa. Hold into the open. 394 all the way up to wow on no catalyst. Interesting. Back up here to the 15. High of this one was 458. So it looks like it wants to tap up here. Insane move there on Livewire. From 364, 15. It's not tapped down yet. Oh yeah. Yeah, that one is, and this is a 15-minute candle. That is insane. Let me go look at the 5 minute. 5 minute, 383 all the way up to 487. Wow. And let's see if it can actually hold this 434 15-minute. And then the high of this one was 459. It's got 2 levels up here that are kind of going to provide us some intel. So this is 15-minute as well. Okay. Let's jump to the, no, that was 5-minute. 15-minute there, 15, yeah. Okay. Now to the 5-minute. Let's get these marked up. So we had this level of testing between 394 and 437. We had, I'm just going to let this trend be our level to what it's trying to hold. We had a pump down here to 350s. So right around a 350 could be a level on for the 5-minute. So we got our 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and we're going to see how this thing or what this thing wants to hold with no catalyst. Is it going to be the leader on the day? As of now, it looks like it. It's got 10 million shares traded, 11 times its relative volume. And no news has dropped on it. No SEC filings, nothing. I don't see any partnerships that it's involved in or anything that will be causing this move here. BROG volume is falling away from it. The other one we were looking at. Now that everybody's kind of focused on the other one, BROG just going on down, only up 54, 55% when it was up like 80 something. So I'm thinking it's going to end up losing out to LVWR in the volume. Let's jump down to this 1 minute. So there was a pullback here around 431 on the 1 minute, 430s. Mark that up. You got 15, 15, 15, but 1 minute is in there. So if it breaks down, it's going to break down to 15 and a 1 minute at this level, the 430s. We got, where's the next 1 minute? Down here, the 380s. Okay, coming back down towards that 15 and that 1. Popping back up, trying to hold up that level. Next 1 minute, let me see. 15, 1 minute. Okay, so we got a couple levels here. This one has 11 million shares traded. Let's see if it'll break down this 15 and 1, and will that become resistance there? That's 2 levels on 2 different time frames. It will be breaking down. So no verified downtrend at this point though. We got this uptrend all the way back down here, like 315 that hasn't been confirmed either. So a lot of questions. Why is this separating like that? Stand to the right. Okay, it's testing that 15 right there. There's a 1 minute chart we're looking at, but I got 15-minute markups. I might need to colorize these to make them make sense. But I don't have, I'm just like not gonna do that right now. I can read over here, 15-minute, 15-minute, 1 minute. Back up to that 15. Trading within this range here between these two 15s and the 1. Forming somewhat of a flat top here at the 459, 458 level. Right in, ranging in between here. So this is a 430 up to 459, about a 20-cent range in here. Continues to struggle to get over this 450 level. Can we identify some type of downtrend? It's got a little bit on the 1 minute here, but I don't know if that's going to continue. Okay, back to that 15 and 1, clipping it a little bit. I don't think it's going to break out fully that quick. Yeah, it's going to kind of play around this level real quick. Forming those wicks in there, but staying within this range, looking more and more bearish as it stays in here though. Continue to test the downside. Let's go look at the 5 minute. 5 minutes, not much to tell there. Let's go to the 15, just a big old green candle still in that level. So we would have to look at the lower levels to see what's happening in here. It breaks down 421 at this point. That's going to be a big breakdown. It's got 12 million shares traded on it, up 69%. Another test of that 15 and that 1 right there. Breakdown of 428. It's 430s. 427, okay. So starting some type of downtrend, broke and still looks like this 1 and 15 are gonna become some type of resistance unless it could just quick pop back through it. And then the last level down here on the 1 is this 421. About 7 seconds left on this 1 minute candle. Looking for it to close under those 430. Yeah. So another little snatch down here. Will it go ahead and break down? Breaking down a little bit, but hasn't broken down that 421 yet. So the leader today has no catalyst. Is up 66%. And looking real choppy on the 1 minute for sure. Had this big exploding candle, which I know got people looking, but now just kind of doing them nasty in here with these false breakouts. Came up here, tried to curl back up, falls, curl back up, falls, and now taking people down with it. VROG. Pulling back up to that 1 minute level, but finding resistance at the 15. 434. Almost got that 421 breakdown. Back up to the 15, but not quite out of that downtrend. Tapping the downtrend there. Let's see a pullback here. Back under that level of the 450s. So it's kind of just wicking. Wicking. Still within this downtrend though. This candle will close in 30 seconds. You need to retest the breakdown of this 15 and the 1. That top and tail does not look great on the 5 or the 15 or any of these over here. Okay, so let's see if we can go back and hold that 430. Still right on that trend. Right back to that 15. Hit the 15 and the 1 again. Looking for a strong breakdown of that, both of those levels. Back under the 430s. Red on the 15, red on the 5. Okay, so right back around this little low point here, the 420 level, still hasn't broken down, but still within this downtrend. Picking up a little bit of steam there. So that's 3 times that it's tried to get down under this 420 level. Back up to that 15 is going to find more resistance there. Hmm. $430. Okay, so opening right at that 15. Let me see. Kind of holding out of that first trend. Maybe forming a secondary trend here. Coming back up, but forming a lower high looks like. We'll see. But no catalyst is definitely affecting this game plan. 71%, 13 million shares traded on it. Doesn't want to try again for a fourth time for this 420 breakdown. Plenty of consolidation right above it. Capturing people in there. Where is that 420 breakdown? Point of control just shifted to the 434s. So let's see it start trading below the point of control and start to drag that point of control down if possible. Back to that 15. It's got to break that 15 down, 435. Okay. It does not want to give it up, does it? So this point, this is just consolidation. This isn't confirming anything, any kind of trend here. It's not really trending, it's consolidating. So let's see which way it wants to push off of these levels. All the way up there to the 15, so still playing within this range. Up 82% there, throwing a big wick. Very snappy action right there. Yep, right back down to those that 15 and the 1. Can it break that down though? So it's range playing right now on the 1 minute. And go back up to the 5 minute and look at it. Yeah, getting cracked down now through that level. Somebody baited right there. Baited 1, baited 2, baited 3, and now the real move down and through it. Anyway, the only trend that I still see is all the way back down here, like 3 something. So we'll see what happens with that. But it has no catalyst there. So it doesn't have the news to push through those highs. Now, sometimes it will, I mean, but we kind of look for reasons for it to actually do that. And just a random pop up there is kind of like a death trap. So came down here, hit a low of 411. We can see more of a trend on this side now. But still having major issues at this 430 level. $410. Can you get that breakdown? Now closing candles under this previous level. That was kind of the bait level at 422. 420s. 409s. So next level down here is 394. We'll see if it slices through that like butter or what. 15 million shares traded on it. It's up 59%. Right back up to that 420 level. Probably going to need to confirm that as some type of resistance. Getting some little clips. Right back up to that 15. Can it crash back under 420? $4.20. 5 cents away. So yeah, this is a lot of consolidation. This is way more time than we would like to see it spent, even on the 1 minute, 5 minute, all of it. It's just a bunch of consolidation in here on a very bad look. 15 minute. Bottom side was 405s. Okay, so right back through that 420 level. Let's see if we get some more momentum to press down towards this 405, $4 level. 7 o'clock, still haven't seen anything new pop on. This one is leading the day with no catalyst. 65% up. It's just not looking great. So now closing after a try up above this 420 level, closing back under it. Fall down through 405. We got from 394 to a 1 minute 381, and then past that we got a 5 minute 350 down here. So where will it stop? It's just in a gap right now. We're up in here, maybe 394 to 381. 15 seconds left on this one. Good morning, 8 Mile. Yeah, we're watching the leader on the day with no catalyst up 60%. Now, we know yesterday we had a very hot day with SBET, DGLY, and all the other brothers and sisters of them. But today, we're not really seeing that early catalyst during pre-market. So, kind of just sitting and waiting for something to pop on. I haven't seen anything yet. But yeah, live wire, no catalyst, just has been chopping around, trapping people. But it's got 20 million shares traded. The one behind Livewire is BROG, and it just does not have the volume to keep up with it. BROG came down here, still has room to the 460s for some type of trend confirmation, but I don't know we're going to get that. Might just break right on through there. It did break down the fives momentarily, but yeah, both of them around 60%. So we'll just have to see where the volume flows from here. Maybe Livewire just starts to die in volume. Yeah, sometimes coming towards the end of the month, especially on hump days like Wednesday, sometimes you just say, I gotta just chill. If nothing's showing itself, it's like, all right, well, you want to play that game? I can play that game too. We can just sit on our hands. If all you want to show me is something without catalyst that is getting fed, I don't know. I don't want to get caught up in some of these drops because this thing has done major drops. It went up here to 487, dropped down here to 440, tried again, drop, tried again, drop, tried again, drop. So I don't want to get caught in any of these drops. And you never know where it's going to stop dropping to. It came down here to 401, so right at the $4 here on this last one. And we kind of marked up the levels of interest on each of the time frames. Let me go back out to the 15 to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so yeah, two red candles with a low of $4 on the 15. 5 minute, got a little bit of a pullback there. And then back to the 1 minute. Just continuing this downtrend, not really forming a uptrend at all, just consolidating, dropping down, consolidating, dropping down. Come on, big boy. Something else has gotta pop up. These little bars are getting tighter and tighter. It's not making those big moves like it was once before. NBTS, yeah, it was moving yesterday. On news, quantum news. It's up there, what, 7 something. So it had this move yesterday up to, boy, Stop. Okay, let me zoom out to the 15. Had this move yesterday from $4 up here to 7, and now it's breaking those highs in BTS. But this is the second day, and does it have any news on today? Let's see. BTS. Does it have news for continuation? Wednesday. It had an SEC filing yesterday. It does not have any news on today, though. What's that volume looking like on it? MVTS or up 19%, 8 million shares traded. Yeah, I wish it had, a lot of times without that catalyst, sometimes you can get caught in a chop factory. Like it looks good during pre-market and then people like, oh, because most of the people that made money on it, I mean, if they're holding from down, what is this, $2, ripped up to 6, they are just looking for some type of, because this company wants to make money. How can they make money right now? Do an offering, sell some shares onto the market. So that's what I will be watching out for today is some type of offering news, especially from all of them, really. All the ones that were up, SFET, and all the ones that did these rips. This is when companies make money. Like retail will make money on the front side going up. And companies are like, okay, well, this thing went from $20 to $50. You know, we want to sell a lot of shares onto the market. So we're going to have to put this form, what is it, Form 8 or I forgot what it is, maybe a shelf or whatever. But they'll drop it and then bloop, back into the ocean they go. Deep, deep, deep down into the ocean they go. So I would definitely be looking out for that type of news alert at some point today, especially with all the things that were moving yesterday. They're like, oh, end of the month too? Oh, we're about to make some money in here. So it went up to 794, came back down to 755. The ATR high is right there at 709. So it's got a kind of a wide ATR here from 7 down to like $6. It may stay out of it, it may not, but it's looking a little poppy right now. Okay, LVWR going on under. Looking like it's going back towards the $4. Let's go back up here and see what it's doing. So it tried to get that 420 again, that little trap level. They did not let many people out, and it's continuing to push down. So it's got a little double bottom here at the $4 hold dollar level, but no catalyst. Also, let's go look at BROG. Definitely has died when it comes to volume. Not really moving much at all. Around that $5 flat level. Yeah, for me, for the most part, I try to stick to day one catalysts and just get some reactions off of day one catalysts. I really have gotten away from continuation catalysts and all of that. I'm just like, man, drop me some news on today that I can react to. And after that, I'll let the big boys play. Let the biggins play. Let's go over here to the news feed on Benzinga and see what else has popped up. Let's go to look at some of the prices here. So I can modify my news to that price. Let's see. Let's just look for. Oh, there's a custom. I was about to say there's got to be a custom, right? Can I enter a custom? Uh-oh. Do I need to complain about this? Wait a minute. It's got custom price, but I cannot insert a custom. They probably already know it's not working. They're probably working on it, probably. If it stays like that too long, I'm gonna complain. All right, let's just say over to. Okay, First Financial Bank Corp. It sounds like a bank. Candel Therapeutics General Corporate Statement came out this morning at 7-Eleven. Vail, okay. KADL. Let's go look at this. KADL is looking like it's down 3%. Vail, MS, Morgan Stanley, Keenan Holdings. Hmm. Whatever, I let that scanner. The scanner let me know what aligns to what I'm looking for. Back over here. MBTS, I see it now on my scan. It has reached the relative volume and all that stuff, but does not have catalyst on the day. That's the only thing that's not looking great on it. So 16%. These other two that are beside it, LVWR and BROG, are up 57%. All of them have some pretty good volume. So if you do have some type of continuation strategy, you know, maybe you'll implement it today. Maybe not looking for so many breakouts, but maybe range plays. So this one came down again to this 394. It's got a lot of room down here to this, what, 320 level. Almost 80-cent drop it could do. Yeah, MVTS, you can see it kind of fading back towards that ATR high. So basically the ATRs, the high and the low, are telling you the average true range per day that this thing can go. Now I have two of them out here. I have one that doesn't consider pre-market at all, right? So this is this one that's 710 and 590. Doesn't consider pre-market at all. It just slaps the average range that it would move from the closing price, right? Then I have the two that change during the day based on the last 14 bars, which are just the regular ATR high. And every 14 bars, they shift, they move, and whether it is inside their range or outside their range, they get wider or tighter. If they're inside the range, consolidating, they get tighter. And then it's going to have to make a decision to go up or down. If it's below the ATRs, it's moving downwards. I'm thinking it's bearish. If it's above the ATR highs, right now it's above the ATR high, no pre-market, right? So I'm thinking, okay, it's a little bit bullish, but it doesn't have catalysts. Now, if it had catalysts and it was moving like this, it would be a little bit more interesting, a little bit more gas in the tank, maybe. But this is definitely a continuation move in here. Okay, let's look around. So BROG still struggling on that 5. BTS and then LVR going under $4 now, with 21 million shares traded. Wow, no catalyst. Okay, SPRO is ringing as well. All right, let's look at that. SPRO. Okay, I am seeing Actually, let me flip you over here. Okay, so Wednesday, I see a SEC filing for Form 8, and then let's look at the press releases. Sparrow Therapeutics and GSK announced a pivot PO phase 3 study for TB. Whoa, my goodness, what is that word? Tebipenem. Tebipenem. Okay. Um, and HBR stopped early efficacy following review by independent data monitoring. Let's read into that and see what's going on there. I don't know if this is a low float or what. Actually, let's look at that. Key data. So it says the float is under, or it's 45.76 million. Short float is under a million in the short float. Let's see. Short interest. 1%, 1%, 1%. Okay, 2022. So short interest went down and then came back up, looks like. So we'll see if shorts get caught on something. Financials. Yeah, it's gonna have to get some more relative volume if it's gonna move on up on where I can see it. All right, let's go and actually. So it says, why is it moving? Sparrow Therapeutics shares are trading higher after company announced phase 3 study of that drug met its primary endpoint and will stop early for efficacy. Okay. So let's go look at the charts for that. SPRO. So it moved from 70 cents all the way up here to 293. It's got, well, it's not really a trender, is it? It went straight up and then into consolidation around this 225 level. Let's jump back to the 15-minute first and see what that 15 minutes looking like. Okay, so 15-minute hit a high of 293, low down here of 215, and then another one at 194. And we'll see how the bodies of these candles end up holding up. Just want the most obvious 15-minute levels. We'll put in here 15. I don't even know if I can count this one as a 15 yet. It hasn't really tested this. It just kind of popped down there. But this down here, this original pop is something I would like to take note of. So price levels we got right now is 292, 256. And I guess you could round around the areas. It doesn't mean that these are exact prices. I would just round around the areas. So 292 could be rounded to $3. You know, it could be, but this is a cheaper one, so I don't know if it can get 3. 250. I mean, you can round that to 250. 194. You can round that to the whole dollar level. So, you know, back to the 5-minute. See what we can see on the 5-minute. We have definitely some type of play around at the 225, 220-ish level. The 5. And up here towards this 240. For the bodies, these indecision candles come in here. 238. 5-minute. All right, so we got a couple levels there, and then these at the bottom, they still got to be retested down here. I don't really trust these little wicks out here, but not seeing any more. Okay, let's go down to the 1-minute. Okay, so on the 1-minute, it's going to have to make some decisions. It's a little, you know, we got the 5 and the 15-minute marked up, but the 1-minute is a little bit unclear as to if it's doing an uptrend or downtrend or whatnot. Very tight consolidation in now SPRO. Let me add it over here. SPRO up 235%. So it is definitely got some extension on it. 234%. Will it need to rest? Will it need to pull back a little bit? Let's go back up here to BROG 513. Never did come back and test this level down here. It's kind of consolidating in there, 60%. NVTS consolidating around this 750 level. LWR under $4, just consolidating in these channels. And SPRO. Okay. So that is I guess we'll have to see some type of trend form on SPRO. Maybe if it can dash down and kind of start some type of uptrend. Because I'm trying to see like where would I draw. Let me go to the 15. Can I see a trend back here first? And the answer is not really. I need to see like some definite winning, maybe a winning by the shorts or the longs, and then see them get aggressive. Like multiple buy-ups, multiple wicks going back up is catching those prices, or multiple going down, and start to identify some type of trend there. But right now it is unclear. But SPRO is leading in volume. Coming up there, whoop, bouncing back up there to that top side. 1 minute. It's trading right here in this range. So it's kind of really range bound, not really making the decision to either get out or go up or whatnot. And it also looks like the breakouts are kind of dangerous on this one. So we saw this 237 up to 250 snatching back in. Another breakout snatching back in. Another breakout snatching back in. Another. So I would be careful on the breakouts here because it's kind of a hard read on those breakouts. Seems like keeps popping back into this range like that. Going up there just a little bit, snatching back, snatching souls. Whoops, I was on the wrong screen when I was saying that. So this is what I was looking at. So on the chart, we can see these breakouts here on SPRO, breakout on the 1 minute, and these snatchbacks into this range we got here. All of these snatchbacks, and I would just be careful on breakout trading here, for real. Because if it does decide to just go down or something, you can lose quite a bit. Because this is one of those stocks that you can oversize on because it's a little bit cheaper. And you take 1,000 shares or something like that, and then all of a sudden, bloop, it's down here. You're down 10 cents, $100 on 1,000 shares, and then it doesn't want to turn around. It just goes bloop right here to 192, and now you're in an even worse position. So I would definitely be careful on those breakouts. It's proving that these breakouts are kind of dangerous here. But still, a lot of volume there on 71 million shares traded. People are definitely watching that channel, but the question is, should everybody be participating in that channel? Should you be participating in that channel? And MBTS coming on down. Like I said, this is just a continuation, and I don't even think it's gonna fall unless an offering comes out. I think it's gonna hold this levels just based on the news, but I think it's going to be more of a range play today. It's only up 13%. I think yesterday it was up almost 50%, I believe, towards the highs that it had during the day. It went from like 15% all the way to 50. BROG doing nothing. That'll be WR. All right, well, I'll be sitting around. I'll be waiting for something else to come up with some catalyst. If I don't see it, it'll just be a no trade day for me. And just waiting for some things with some good relative volume You know, the volume is great, but if it's not relative volume, if it has, you know, 70, 80 million in the volume, but you know, it does that all the time, that relative volume is going to be hard to reach to get outside of those standard deviations. But it is trading here in the middle of this range again after failing to go up. And so I'm thinking, hey, if this thing starts to break down hard, I wouldn't just buy into a short either, because look on the other side. It's done this again. Tried to break down, came back up. Tried to break down. So this is a range. Just playing this range. Snaking. But yeah, haven't seen anything this pre-market that's super duper interesting, especially not like yesterday. Um, but some interesting stocks on the move for sure. I just, you know, I think I got caught in maybe one offering, and let me think. Yeah, I've been caught in like one offering, and it's not the greatest thing. You know, you got your size, you're doing good, and then you just see big red numbers with a negative on it. You're like, that's that hurt. That hurt a lot. Especially when they're a little bit bigger or a little bit larger price range, like maybe SBET being 30 bucks. If it was to drop down to 15 bucks on an offering, it's like, bruh, does not feel good at all. So again, doing the exact same thing. Had a high up here 250. Has a 15-minute level up here of the 257s. So not a big move there to reach resistance or what could be possible resistance. And again, coming right back into the range. So this is one that'll definitely take your soul if you let it. This is less of a momentum trader. I mean, I guess when did this start? 6 o'clock. Started popping from 88 cents and then went from momentum motion to like a hard consolidation up here. The point of control right now is at the 232s. Let's see what the point of control is on the other time frames. 232. We got 229 and 221. So around 220 to 230 is the point of control there. Let me also go look at the float on this. I don't think I looked at the float on SPRO. Maybe I did. I just forgot. Yeah, I did. 45.76 million. Yeah. Okay. NVTS now down, and this is what I'm talking about. It's going right back down into that average true range there, right? So it got a little you know, outside of the deviation and is working its way back down to this $7 level, and it has it has room to play within this $6 to $7 level today. Just play in here, nice and sweet. Only up 10% now, so I don't think the focus is going to be on NVTS, especially with a 50% and a 200% mover up here. I just don't think NVTS is going to be the main watch or a main watch. And this is another failure. So how many failures is that? One on the 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 failures to hold out of this level of the 240s. And how many failures do we have on the bottom side? 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of 4 there. So 7 on the top side. So it definitely has proven that top side is strong. Let's see about this bottom breakdown. Strong. Has this previous level that it came down into between 220 and 194. Pressing its luck there a little bit. The ATR on SPRO is 5 cents from yesterday. So its average true range is 5 cents in a day, which is not a whole lot. LVWR is 27 cents. NVTS is 60 cents. BROG is 23 cents, but 5 cents, man, that is some small margin for profits. If you know that the average true range is 5 cents, would you be willing to take a 5-cent gain? And how much would you be willing to oversize for that 5-cent gain? How much would you need to take to make, pretty good profit on that 5 cents? So if you took, let's say, 1,000 shares times 5 cents, 5 cents, that'd be $50. You take, 10,000 shares on 5 cents. That'd be $500. But what if it goes against you 5 cents? So let's look at this range that it's been running here from 220s up to 238s. I mean, if you look at the pattern, the best way to play this is probably going to be around this bottom here if it holds from the 220 back up here, right? And be willing to sell either at midpoint, so from 220 or 22, sell around this 30, or sell half here and sell the next half up here at 238. Because with the way it's ranging, I mean, I would not be wanting to buy a breakout and then it snatches back on 10,000 shares. That's going to it's going to damage your ego for the day, and not great psychology there to allow it to happen. But you can also get in a situation where it's going downward and it doesn't stop going down. You buy this little dip here and it doesn't stop. It goes and it stops down here at 192. So, from 221 down here to 192 on 10,000 shares is way too much. And plus during pre-market, there are no stops. There's only limit orders. So it could jump your limit even if you try to get out by clicking the button. So it's a little bit of risk on this one with this cheaper stock here. Little bit of risk. But I'm just putting out different scenarios that could happen. I could be absolutely wrong. It could rip to whatever, but following yesterday, I don't know. I don't think it can. I don't think it can. And especially with the shorts being so hurt from yesterday, they want to make their profit back if they lost yesterday. Anyway, so yeah, the watch list, the 4 that I got on watch, that 2 of them y'all called out. Well, no, one of them I had already looked at, but SPRO, LVWR, NVTS, and BROG. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the ones that don't have any catalyst, which is LVWR. If it becomes some kind of leader on the day, I'm just like, well, if that's gonna be the lead, oh well. And then so I got three now: SPRO, MVTS, which I don't think is gonna be super hot today. BTS, and then BROG. Again, I don't think that's gonna be super hot today. It had news yesterday afternoon after the market closed. Anyway, so I'm about to get out of here. About to get ready for this morning meeting. Not really seeing anything today on Hump Day. If I do, I'll alert you guys in the Discord. I always have my my alerts sitting up, so once something does pop, I definitely throw it over there into the Discord. I believe the Discord link has been dropped into the chat. Yeah, it has. So if you want to join the Discord, it is free. We continue conversations over there. You know, sometimes we jump on video calls, have conversations about the day and things like that. If you want to have a conversation, definitely hit me up. And, you know, talk strategy, talk whatever you want to. But yeah, it's one of those environments. But yeah, that's it for today. I'm not going to sit here and watch these things chop around. Got other things to do. Sparrow, whatever is showing a little bit of upward motion. But again, buying this after seeing this chop is just not ideal. Anyway, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Appreciate you for tuning in for sure. And it's up. Whoa, bruh. Did you see this? Now, this is exactly what I was just talking about. That whole 10,000 share position thing where you buy the breakout, which you think is working. Oh man, that was bad. Okay, anyway, I'm about to get out of here. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Mm.